How you doing everyone? This week's video is a rescue build. I was sent this months and months ago by a subscriber of mine, and I think it's time I showed it some love. So I'll do a little kit bashing and a little bit of scratch building and try and turn this into something better. So if that's your thing, then stick around. My name is Aaron and you're watching Terrain by Aaron. So to start this project, I'm just going to try and work out where all these loose pieces went. But I don't just want to rebuild this, I want to add more things to it. And this is where an empty deodorant container comes into this build. I like the shape of the container and feel this could bulk up the underneath. But before that gets attached, I just need to swap things around on the container. I'll relocate the lid so it looks like some sort of engine. Now I can tell the original owner used tank parts for this build, but I'm still not getting a proper flush fit, so I think I just need to nibble some parts off. And as if by magic, I now have a flush fit for the piece I'm going to add. For the initial sticking on phase, I'm just going to use some hot glue and then back that up with some super glue or CA glue mixed with some baking soda. It's time to start bulking out the deodorant container, so I'm going to use some of these missiles just to slightly change the shape, and then again using super glue and baking soda I'll stick the bottom half to the top half. I like the inlet shape on either side of this ship, so I'll attach the two side pieces lower down to hide the gaps and many sins. The two engine wings feel like a natural fit near the back, so I'll glue those down. I'll use some model filler by Vallejo to cover big gaps, but I'm already at this stage getting a story formulating in my head. This ship is going to look ugly and worn, so this filler doesn't have to be neat. I'm going to cover this hole with a tank wheel. If I can pick the damn thing up. Come on, there we go. This T60 light tank model kit will give me a few donor parts I can add to this build. Now I quite like the look of this part, but I've only one in this kit, so it's time to make a duplicate. And to do that, I'm using Green Stuff World's moulding putty. Just pop it in warm water to get it all squishy. And then I just press the piece I want to make a duplicate of into it. Leave that to dry. It takes about 5 minutes, or you can put it in the fridge or freezer and it'll harden quicker. So once the putty is dry, just gently ease the piece out. And what you're left with is a perfect replica. I add UV resin into the mould, zap it with a UV light. Once hardened, carefully coax it out of the mould, and there you have it. Just needs a little touch up around the edges, but that's your perfect cast. These parts that I'm adding I think came from some sort of transmission for a car model kit that I'm just going to add and pretend that they're cockpits. And then the pieces that I cast now go into place either side of the spaceship. So while I do that, it's subscriber corner. I recently hit 5k subs, which couldn't have been possible without you, the viewers. I can't thank you all enough for following my YouTube journey. There's still many more builds to make, and I hope you all stick around to see them all. So I just want to say thank you so much. So I'm just going to greebly up the underneath of the spaceship. Those are small biro pens that I've just going to use as landing skids for the spaceship. Depending on when this video comes out, this is my homemade pipes that I made with Green Stuff putty and the Green Stuff pipe roller. I'm just going to put some pipes in because I wanted it to look like it's kind of old and just repaired over time. So I'm just going to give it a quick look, and I do think it is done. The spaceship is done, built, and I'm going to leave it at that. For the primer, I'm going to use grey, as my original thought was it was going to be a greyish spaceship, but that soon changes, so for now a grey primer goes onto this build. And with the primer down, this is one ugly looking spaceship, and I'll do the story in the glamour shots at the end, but for now I'm going to paint this, and I'm going to paint it blue. And while I paint this, it's code word time. Put the code word in your comments so I know you're a watcher and not a skipper, and the code word is Lazarus. Please also like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. Now, I usually skip through the painting bits, but a lot of you ask how I do certain bits and pieces, so I thought I'd show you on this build. To start with, I was feeling frisky, and I thought I would use the airbrush to paint all the piping black. Well, I painted that piping black. Everything else I went in with a little brush just to paint the vents and the smaller piping black. And then no build of mine is ever complete without donations from the other half while she's out at work. I raided her cupboard and found these, which may help or hinder my painting. Never mind, I'll tell her the lady leprechauns came and borrowed some stuff if she ever notices. And these are quite interesting, kind of squidgy. I've no idea what they're for, but I think I might be able to. I'm going to cut. Yeah, see, I'm going to use this, but I need to cut it down. She won't mind. Using a lighter blue, my idea here was to give the spaceship a light sun-weathered look. Now, it doesn't come across very well in camera, but in person you can actually see the colour contrast. So I'm just going to dab this stuff on, just sort of like where all the highlights, high rises, all the high notes of the spaceship are. Once the paint's dry, I apply transfers to the ship, and this is something everyone should look away while I do. I seem to butcher the application every time I do these, probably due to my chunky monkey fingers, but I eventually get transfers on this ship. The one thing I have learned is after applying transfers, to avoid them coming off during the weathering stage, apply varnish, and that comes in the aid of this bottle by AK Interactive. Matte varnish, to be precise, is sprayed all over the ship. When the varnish is dry, I start with detailing a little colour onto this ship, and with a not so steady hand, I manage to go over many lines. Now, I watched 3 videos from this guy, so my apologies in advance because I still can't seem to replicate this chipping technique. But I use a little sponge I borrowed from the kitchen, dab it in paint and gently pop it onto the spaceship. I'm using metallic silver first, just so it's like down to the bare bones of the spaceship. And once all that is dry, I go over all that again using the same method but with a rust coloured paint. And I'm sorry for the terrible camera shot. You'd think I'd know my camera angles by now, but sadly no. Alas, filming still baffles me sometimes. So once all my chipping is done and I'm happy with, well, I'm never happy, but once it's all done, I then go over all the dodgy bits where I hit the black with blue and cover that with some metallic silver, just a little light brush. So while I do the panel lining, then the weathering powders, I'll tell you the backstory. It all happened so fast. The fall of civilization. One minute we were discovering the advantages of artificial intelligence. The next, we were fighting against the very technology we built. After the handover in letting AI run everything, people slowly began noticing the change. The lack of privacy, power, and own thought is what led the population to suddenly turn against the unseen machines. And that crazy son of a bitch Musk successfully colonized the moon so that's where we went. We built 50 of the Rapture spaceships offline from the grid, so they wouldn't know what we were doing, so they couldn't see what we were going to do. Obviously, Musk ran the program. Hell, he was the only nutjob qualified to build the Raptures. At the start of this, we had 50 Raptures running 24/7, carrying passengers to and from Earth to the moon, until the AI started shooting the ships right out of the skies. 50 dropped to 40, 40 dropped to 20, 20 dropped to 10, until one was left, Rapture 5. It's now like playing Russian roulette every time we break into the Earth's atmosphere, not knowing if it will be our last time, our last mission. The ship can't hold up for much longer. It creaks and groans every time I punch it into the sky, but we have to keep going. That's the agreement. That's our human DNA. Life will always find a way. And until they blow me and my Rapture out of the sky, I'll be here, waiting for anyone who wants to start a new life in the stars. This is Rapture 5, ready for takeoff. So I hope you liked the build and the story, kind of a different one for this video. It was a fun project. Remember, keep those comments coming. I have a request for a Star Wars Star Trek crossover, so that's one thing that I'm going to be exploring very soon. Glamour shots are next, so all that's left for me to say is thanks for watching, and keep scratching that build, everybody.